as we make our way through, you'll notice there are a bunch of names attached to these shacks. This is Enhanced Demigod's shack. He's one of our players, one of the richest players, I believe, and he's got his hands on one of the shacks right near the front, right near the start of Pumpshire. As we make our way up, we find our way to a kind of notice board. Down here is Squash Road, and what I love is that every road, every kind of named part of Pumpshire has something to do with like a pumpkin, I suppose, or I guess, what do they call them, like gourd vegetables. Here's the notice board, or the to-do list, I think, and that's mostly for Pumpshire, like actual members, which I am now. If we look across the way, we see in the distance a randomly generated village down here. Its namesakes, the pumpkins, being grown in their patches. Let's head our way down, was it Squash Road? Was that its name? I think it was. Squash Road, yeah. Let's walk down here a little ways. I love the variation in these huts that Bacon has created. And this is Chili's shack. Very jealous. He's got a whole bunch of pumpkins behind his shack, which, I mean, if you live in Pumpshire, there can't be much bigger bragging rights to the other residents than having a huge pumpkin patch in your back garden. Butternut Avenue. Oh, these names are just perfect. Just perfect. On our right is a wonderful old custom oak tree, and then we have a whole host of other shacks. This one, don't know if it's been claimed. Yes, it has, by Cloak's shack. It's beautiful, lovely stone brick work on the outside. The chimney is what I'm referring to there, and it looks absolutely beautiful. It really does. And we are very, very slowly but surely making our way down to the shack that I claimed that day. But before we do cross this beautiful bridge, let's make our way up here. This is Kiwi's shack. We'll come around and take a look at each of these houses later. This is an unclaimed one. I really, really like it. Was tempted to claim this one myself. I ended up going with the one that was a bit down the ways. I'm actually just going to. Oh, I can't. I was going to change my game mode, but I'm not. I don't have the privileges. Well, hopefully there's no mobs around. We can stay safe. But in the distance, we see some industrial units of some description. A castle off there, and yeah, a whole bunch of other things. I might actually take it out of cinematic mode, just so that I can keep an eye out for mobs a bit easier. But in the night time, oh my lord, Pumpshire, well, didn't last very long. Someone slept. Doesn't matter. It looks equally as beautiful in the morning. But with this wonderful river creek, it just looks so beautiful. I am totally in love with Pumpshire already. Let's put it back onto cinematic mode. We've not actually checked that house there, I don't think, but let's make our way into this one. They're all unfurnished, of course, but this is what you can expect if you do get yourself a place in Pumpshire. A beautiful, beautiful home. And you'll be next door to who was it? It was Kiwi, who streams on Twitch on the server. Let's cross over this beautiful River Creek stone bridge, which is just absolutely beautiful with shaders on. This place is just ridiculous. shack, and I have to say, if I am correct, I believe so you can't make your way through there, but I was thinking, do I want like a beautiful view, which I suppose my shack doesn't really provide because the sides are blocked off and you can't make your way around it, or do I want to really kind of immerse myself in the small crooked streets that you imagine in kind of a medieval style area? And I thought, yeah, that's more actually what I want, because I was tempted to go with this one and to create a kind of maybe a back entrance on the outside if I was allowed to do that, and then you get this wonderful vista which I imagine will be grown on over time. But I decided no, I wanted something much more quaint, much more kind of in the corner, and I can imagine that when it gets to night time this area is just wonderfully, wonderfully atmospheric. I spoke to Bacon, the creator of Pumpshire, and I said to him, when he was telling me about Pumpshire, I said, well, Squiddyland is the oldest crypt base on ASMRcraft. Money Metro is the richest on ASMRcraft. So they have their own things. You've got legacy in one hand, you've got money, and I suppose in a way on ASMRcraft, as much as you can have power on the other. And I said to Bacon, that's all well and good, but what does Pumpshire bring to ASMRcraft? And I said, well mate, first I said maybe kind of like quaintness, you know, this kind of goblin core thing that we talked about. But then he said, Pumpshire brings atmosphere. Wow, couldn't agree more, honestly, could not agree more. This is, without doubt, the most atmospheric part of ASMRcraft, and every single inch of it is just beautifully, beautifully crafted with so much intention, which is the main thing for me. But in Pumpshire, I believe, I'm not sure if you get access to this area, you might do,